Today, I found 10 pretty cool Funko Pops that are worth $20 or less. Starting with this one here, which is actually the Books-A-Million Cat in the Hat. Honestly, one of my favorites from the Dr. Seuss line because this is the only one that you can find the goldfish in. And now I am just showing you this version of the Cat in the Hat because it is one of my favorites, but there's also a bunch of different versions that you can also find for under $20. And when coming up with this list, I didn't want to do just new ones that you could find in stores still. You would probably have to go to eBay for this one, but it's only worth about $12, and with shipping, you might be able to get it for like, I don't know, right around $20. And of course, shipping depends on where you live, so we're not going to be talking about that for every single figure, but this one is a really cool one because it is only worth 12 bucks. Next up here, we have the Target exclusive Pikachu, and what's really cool about this one, it is the first time Funko ever created a Pokemon Pop. And I remember when this figure first released, everybody was trying to go for it. I was lucky enough to get one off of Target's website, but the thing is, Funko restocked and restocked and restocked, and now this figure isn't worth that much. And now, funny enough, this figure is coming in at the exact same value as Cat in the Hat, and I feel like if you're going for one Pikachu, you'd probably want to get this one because it is the first one ever created. Now, while I was creating this list, I tried to pick a pretty big variety of stuff. So far you can see we've got some games and books, but now I also want to throw a Freddy Funko on the list, and I thought this one was perfect. It is the skateboarding Freddy that you could have got a little while ago off of the Funko shop. I believe if you spent a certain amount, you got this one free. And now the thing is, they're not running this promotion anymore, so you can't exactly get it for free, but if you wanted to go to the secondary market, you could get this one for exactly $20. Or at least that's the average on Pop Price Guide, so I'm sure you could find it for a little bit more, but also a little bit less, so maybe like $15 to $20, you never know. And also, out of all of the Freddy Funkos that have come out recently, I think this one here might be one of my favorites. For the ones that aren't like him dressed up as a licensed character, like just the versions of Freddy, this one's pretty fun. Now, everybody, I've got a figure that a lot of you guys might not even know exists. It's one that came out for Black Friday a while ago. I'll actually have to check the bottom to see the date on this, but it is, you guys ready for this? The Gold Chrome R2-D2. And now you'll notice with this one, I don't actually have the box for it. What happened was when I moved from my old office to here, I had packed it up somewhere and I haven't been able to find it since. It's around here, I just don't exactly know where. And the good news is I know I didn't throw it out, it's just I have no clue what box it's inside. And now taking a look at this one a little bit closer up, I really do enjoy how they did this. Where it's the chrome version on the inside, it's got the Star Wars logo on the front, and then when you flip it around, it's got a Pop logo on the back, like a lot of great detail. And looking on the bottom here, okay, this one released back in 2017, so like 5 years ago now, and this one is only worth about 15 bucks. Which, if I'm gonna be honest, is kind of crazy, because I remember picking this one up for, I believe it was $30, so you're getting it for half the price you originally got it for. Oh, and also, this isn't the only dome that was created. I believe it was the year after R2-D2, they also made a BB-8, and both of them are worth about the same price. So I guess it doesn't really matter if you like BB-8 or R2-D2, both of them are under 20 bucks. Now, everybody, we've got a fun one. This here is Anger from Inside Out, but not just the normal version, the Entertainment Earth one where he's completely red with flames coming out of his head. I had to put this one on my list just because of how big the character is, but then also with them switching up the entire thing for the exclusive, it really is well done. Oh, and by the way, this Anger here is the cheapest one we've talked about so far, coming in at only $10, which is cheaper than retail now. So seriously, a fun figure for anybody that enjoys Inside Out, and when I found this one in stores, I definitely had to pick it up right away. Now, this next one that I've got here is pretty versatile. Like, I feel like a lot of people would want this figure for the collection. It is the This Is Fine dog. A pretty new figure, but also a super fun one that you don't see very often in stores anymore, and funny enough, it's also an Entertainment Earth exclusive. And also another great perk of this figure is that it comes in at under $20, of course, at only $11. So definitely a neat one to have, and I like that they also gave him like the extra flames around his chairs. He's got the This Is Fine mug, and just in general, it'd be really fun to have on your desk, maybe at work or at school somewhere. Now, if you're somebody who enjoys video games, I feel like you're gonna be liking this character, because the next one that we've got here is Spyro and Sparks, and I decided to go with this one because it's the only time you could get Sparks as a pop. You know what's funny? I haven't taken a look at this figure in a while, and I gotta say, the Spyro has some really, really great detail, like the horns as well as the wings, and then Sparks next to him kind of waving. It's pretty cute. And if you're wondering on a price for this figure, it is only $10. So seriously, a great one, especially because you kind of get two figures in one. Now we're going back a little bit farther to a pretty interesting character, and this one here is actually a 6-inch. It's from the original Guardians of the Galaxy, and it is Thanos. Actually, you know what? Now that I said that, I said a little bit farther back. Okay, yeah, it was a little farther back, because this one here released in 2015, and it's only worth about $12. Which is seriously crazy, because you have to spend, actually, what does it say on the bottom here? I spent $22.50 on this one, and then the fact that it is a little bit bigger, I mean, come on, why isn't it worth like $30 or $40? I know it's kind kind of funny, guys, because this isn't even the best part about the figure. I have the normal one here that doesn't glow in the dark, and that's worth $12, which is already a great price. But if you want to get the glow in the dark one, on Pop Price Guide, it says it's worth $11. So $1 cheaper. Why? I'm not exactly sure. But if you're looking to get one, just go for the glow version. Now, this next one that I've got here is one that I feel like a lot of you guys didn't think was going to be on today's list. Also, I didn't know I was going to be able to put it on the list, but it is a really fun one. It is Dino, and this is actually a character that Funko created themselves. And now some of you guys might be thinking, Tristan, why wouldn't you think this could go on the list? Well, it's actually something from a box of fun, which you can only get over at Fun Days. And so this is seriously a crazy figure. Also a limited one at only 6,000 pieces. Also, something else that's really unique to this one is that the front of this box actually glows in the dark. And now I'm sure you guys are thinking, Tristan, this one's probably going to be a $20 figure. Well, it's not. It's actually coming in at $10, cheaper than retail. And also, when ordering these boxes off of the Funko shop, you had to spend about, I want to say, maybe $70. So for this one to be super cheap, only a couple years later, because this one released back in 2019, hey, it's not a bad deal. And then, everybody, the 10th figure of the day, we've got a Star Wars one, and it is actually the Walgreens exclusive Wedge Antilles. I know, I'm just as surprised as you are, because this one here is coming in at $12, and I'm trying to see, what did I pay for this one? Like, I think, if I were to guess, it was probably like somewhere in the 20s, maybe like 25 bucks, right around there. And I honestly don't know why this one is here. Maybe because Wedge just isn't like a huge character in the Star Wars universe, but I feel like for somebody who wants to get every single one of these figures, it's one that you'd probably want to grab. And by every single one of these figures, I mean the Star Wars ones, because there are seriously a lot of Star Wars collectors out there, and I'm sure there's somewhat of a limited amount of these. And also, I believe this is only one of 2 characters inside of a snowspeeder. I believe they also made a Luke version, but then again, I might be wrong about that. Hold on, guys, I stand corrected. I was wrong about that. This is the only way you can get a snowspeeder as a Funko Pop, and I feel like this can make some really cool customs where you like swap out the Luke head for Wedge. It could be neat. And well, anyways, guys, there you go. That is 10 Funko Pops under $20. And let me know in the comment section below if there's any other figures that you would put on this list. Like maybe one that you've got in your collection and you know it's worth less, and it's also a really cool figure that I might have missed out on. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.